Welcome to Just a Tip, episode number 5. Today we're going to be covering how to set your back in a conventional deadlift, some pointers, some cues on how to do it, where to put your feet, why you should put your feet there, things to do with your legs and your chest and your arms to ensure that you've got a good solid back position when you lift off the floor. This is probably the single most important thing you'll ever cover when it comes to the deadlift. People will talk a lot of things about lockout, accessory exercises, chains, bands, glute ham raises, reverse hypers. But I don't think enough attention is probably being put on how to actually set up the lift. And from my reckoning, probably to put an absolutely abstract number on it, I would say about 80% of lifters who lift seriously or who deadlift with intent, who aren't within like a sporting program, such as a rugby program or football program, or an athletics program or strength and conditioning program, deadlift with inefficient and incorrect posture, and this leads to a lot of problems. Like, people think you can't train deadlift once every 10 days or once every fortnight because their back gets so sore from doing exercise because they lift through shitty positions, because they don't pay attention on how they set up and how they do it. Okay, so what I've got here is my barbell. So first thing we're going to cover is stance width. Stance width generally is going to be around the hips, and you get to cue the jumping position, so wherever you would jump as high as you can, or go for a broad jump as high as you can, that's generally pretty much correct when it comes to where you should have your feet. What you might find though is some people might prefer that closer stance. However, where you may find you're slightly stronger off the floor or quicker off the floor with that stance, you'll probably find as well that it's really difficult to get your hips down and get your back straight in the bar. So we'll demonstrate now. I'll take a close stance, put my deadlift down here, try and get it in a good position. It's really not feasible to engage anything from there. So you'll hear a lot of people saying that close stance is really powerful, it's really good for quad drive, it's a good way of getting the bar up off the floor, and it's a quick way to get the bar off the floor. What these people are experiencing is an excessive amount of rounding, and that's what makes the deadlift feel easier off the floor. You'll notice guys who deadlift with a really shitty form are normally really quick off the floor. When it comes to lockout, they stall or slow. The reason being, they take a large lumbar arch, or they run their spine a lot or excessively. That reduces the lever arm or the horizontal footprint that they have, reduces the amount of force required to get the bar off the floor, which makes you feel like it's quicker. So you'll start here in this position with a close stance, and you'll get up really quick, and then you'll hit here. And under a load, you're trying to unfurl your spine. You're trying to unfurl your spine and extend like that. So it's something like a Jefferson deadlift is a commonly used weightlifting stretch or lower back strengthening exercise where they'll run the deadlift like this. Now, don't really recommend that you utilize light weights, because what you're doing is you're taking the muscles that articulate the lumbar spine, the muscles that articulate your posture, and you're using them in a concentric, eccentric manner, a manner where that your quads are meant to be used, your glutes are meant to be used, your biceps are meant to be used, your triceps are meant to be used as moving muscles, locomotive muscles that produce force, produce power. The muscles of the spine are the rectus spinae, intercostal muscles, rectus abdominals to a lesser extent. These muscles are designed to be postural. Postural muscles are mainly slow twitch in nature because they're meant to have a high endurance, because they're on all the time. You walk, talk, stand, erect pretty much all day, so they're designed to be up to the task. And by this nature, they're not very good at producing force, so by nature they're weak. They're also best acted isometrically, holding their shape. That's the main reason why people get a sore back during deadlift. They think that deadlift's a good back exercise, or they find that they can't deadlift with any kind of frequency because they deadlift through shit positions. So we should look to open our stance up more, basically, is the end of that. Typically around the hip width, someone with maybe a better squat position or someone who's more mobile might be able to get in a good position with a closer stance. Typically for bigger people and stiffer people, slightly outside the hips is where we want to go. So if you take your jumping stance and maybe walk out half a foot width from that position, typically that's a good place to start. And again, you'll need to individualize these cues, but take away some of them, try them out, see if you can't get a nice setup position. So that's the stance width, slightly outside the hips, or where you can get your feet down. So I'll take my stance. So that's my deadlift stance, and I will go down to the start position again. So from here, this is a much better position for me. I can get my hips down more. I feel like my back's in a better position. I'm flatter. So from here, the next cue we're going to go through, it's going to help you engage the glutes or the glute med from the floor. It's really going to help you get that leg drive and hold your posture off the floor. What we're going to do is we're going to sit down in that position, and then we're going to take our knees and we're going to push out against our arms with our knees. This is going to load up the glute med, and it's going to fire up the glutes, which is going to help you extend your spine and hold that good extended spinal position that we want from the floor, which is, we're going to make a strong lockout. So from here, sit down to where you normally start from, then push your knees out against your arms, and that's going to be the first of 3 cues we're going to use to get a really good deadlift position. So knees out against the arms. The next cue we're going to use is, you'll hear, if you watch the super training videos, you'll have heard Pete Rubish talking about it, or Rubish, sorry. He's going to talk about engaging the lats. This typically gets put out by most SSC coaches as sticking your chest out. What we're trying to do here is we're basically trying to arch the thoracic spine into extension. So we don't want to flex thoracic spine, we want to extend the thoracic spine. In maximal deadlifts, it is likely that you're going to compromise that position. That's fine in maximal deadlifts, or we're going for rep PB, or we're going for a personal best, or in competition. Losing the thoracic spine is almost a necessity and an essential necessity within a maximal deadlift, but it is not desirable within a training scenario, because we're going to induce more DOMs than we need. It means we're going to be able to train the lift less frequency and volume, which means we can't get as strong at it as we could if we trained it in a different manner with better technique. Okay, so we'll take our stance again, slightly outside of the hips. I'll bring it down. Okay, from here, the knees go against the arms, knees out, chest out, engage the lats. So you'll see from here, I've got a nice extended position, my shoulders behind the bar, and then from here, the last thing we're going to do, so now we've got hold of the bar, our feet width are of a level where we can sit our hips down and in, so our hips are closer to the bar, not far away. We push our knees out against our arms, so we engage the glutes, help support the lumbar spine, and then from there we're going to engage our lats, pull our shoulder blades together, pull the bar apart, stick your chest out. All of these cues are cues you can use to help you engage that upper back or extend the thoracic spine in the manner that we want it, supporting it in its natural posture and using the muscles, the postural muscles of the back in a postural manner, or isometrically, as they should be used throughout the lift. So we can utilize the quads and the glutes, lesser extent the lumbar spine and the hamstrings to get that bar off the floor and lock it out. So again, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull the slack out of the bar. So most barbells have a little bit of slack in the diameter of the plate and the diameter of the sleeve of the barbell. So this means when you initially pull the barbell up, you're pulling that slack out, or you're pulling the sleeve from the bottom of the hole in the plate to the top of the hole. What this can do if you're trying to engage quickly or lift quickly off the floor, this can lead you to losing your upper back position, or in really heavy deadlifts, or really you're trying to be really quick off the floor. This is going to lead to you losing your posture. So what this will lead to with a heavy lift is from here we'll go boom, knees out, chest out, get that good position, and then we'll pull hard, and then we'll hit the end of the sleeves, we'll hit the weights. The weight will come on, and then we'll do this, and we'll lose that posture because we're trying to be too aggressive off the floor, or we're trying to pull with a loose arm or slacken the arm, slacken the barbell, and that's going to pull us out of position. So that's the next thing we're going to do. Bring the bar down. So we'll get our stance width right, Sit the hips down, knees out against the arms, engage the lats, just stick the chest out, pull the slack out. So now you have tension through the upper back, tension through the back, tension through the glutes, tension through the quads. You should really feel, even with no weight, I feel like this is a loaded up deadlift and I'm in a loaded position. From there, what we're going to do, we're going to drive up with the head and use the quads off the floor to here. And then when we get to here, we should have sufficient knee bend here if we've come off the floor correctly with a good posture. And that allows us really easily just to slide the hips through and pull the bar in for a nice, easy, efficient deadlift with a good posture. And with this manner, if you hold that posture and you train with this sort of technique, you'll be able to deadlift with frequencies of 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, as long as your load selection and volume are appropriately programmed. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Mark. Please check out www.onlinestrengthcoach.com for some more powerlifting related articles, videos, and also where you can register for online coaching if you so desire. You can check out castironstrength.com, which is my blog. If you want to have some more opinionated topics or content, that's where to go check out. If you're based in Edinburgh and you'd like some top quality strength coaching, check out Edinburgh Barbell. We're opening up next Monday. We're already pretty much at capacity for the first group, so we'll be releasing more times and more availability, hopefully. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Mark, and you've just received the tip.